Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Grow Your Occupancy podcast. I'm Julie Podewitz, CEO and founder. Been on the road a lot, and it's my every intention after every trip, it's conference, training. I think those are mostly the reasons I travel, to kind of debrief and jot down some takeaways and then share them with you. And I am not successful in doing that nearly as often as I'd like to. So hopefully make up for that today and share with you a couple things I jotted down from the keynote I attended yesterday at Georgia Senior Living Association. I love the Georgia Senior Living Association. I love state associations. I speak at a lot of them, and I love the national ones too, speak at those. Georgia's got a great vibe, wonderful, wonderful people, super organized, and a wonderful itinerary. I wish I could get to more sessions. So these keynote speakers, Valorie Burton, she's written several books. I've got my notes here. And she has, like I said, several books, and she's appeared in many, many television spots, news shows, and she speaks, presents for very large companies that we all recognize. And the keynote was Coaching for Leaders, How to Bring Out the Best in Yourself and Others. Always a good topic. All right, here are a couple of my takeaways. Hope they help. Coaching others is more challenging than I think we give it credit. So coaching others is not telling someone what to do. And in some cases, we need to do that, right? If you're a supervisor or a coach in a sport, or you're theatrical coach or choreographer, you're just, okay, move to the right, or you got to move your bat a certain way, or you hit that piano key wrong. But in coaching skill set and coaching in the way that I'm talking about is, you're someone who either reports to you or you're hired to coach somebody's performance. So performance coaching is not really telling people what to do at all. It's helping others come to their own conclusions and decisions, those ahas. A little bit like counseling. Sure, when you go to counseling and you have a problem, the counselor probably identify it either sooner than you, or because they're sitting objectively at the situation and you're in the situation, and could probably save us a lot of time and money by telling us what it is, but that's not going to help because we probably would push back. And until we come to those conclusions, really not going to buy in. So couple of her pieces of advice: coaching. Okay, start every coaching session or meeting or conversation with an agenda. So the objective for this conversation, or if it's an issue clear, or you have a conflict or a problem you want solved with another person, that you want to start with sort of the agenda, the objective. So by the end of the conversation or by the end of the session, your objective is that they take away blank, or you take away blank, or that there is an agreement to whatever the topic is. Explore, ask, reflect. I say don't jump to solve. Well, I say that because I was taught that. Don't jump to solve. In solutions, we're very solutions oriented, and just telling somebody what to do. In sales, in senior living sales, somebody's fallen, we tell them about our fall prevention. Someone doesn't drive, we tell them about, our wonderful transportation service. Someone doesn't cook, someone's lonely. We're solving, and it makes logical sense. And if it was all based on logic, everyone would move in, right? Until people come to their own conclusions. So explore, ask, reflect, so that they find answers themselves. Ask curiosity, be curious. Don't jump to judgment or assume. when someone says something or reacts in a certain way, that you know why they're reacting in that way. So lean in with curiosity. I'm adding that one in. She is committing to action is her third one. Commit to an action. What are you going to do? What are they going to do? And until you meet again, or until you schedule time to meet again, or until you follow up, and then follow up, and follow through. How is that going? Was that done? If it's a one and done thing, what's the progress? What impact has it made? What challenges have arisen? And another thing she is saying is that positive emotion is a success strategy. She says that happiness causes success. Success doesn't cause happiness. For a second it does, or a moment in time. But then we go back to our baseline. Like, I'll be happy if, or I'll be happy when I hit this number, or, I get this much money in the bank, or this number on the scale, or this number of occupancy, or all of my positions are filled, or I have a perfect survey. And those are great goals, but happiness it's not a reset on your happiness to reach those things or to get those things. It's the reverse. And we're not happy all the time, but we can work on putting ourselves in a more positive state. Positive emotion is a success story. What is your own, she says. We need to hear 3 positive messages to override a negative one. I've heard that's even more. You need to hear 7 or 8 to overcome or override a negative, or that negative comment or negative, or that loss weighs heavier than the win. And just being aware of those things so that we're not fixated, and we can redirect to more positive state and use the losses, the failures, if you will, as learning opportunities, learning opportunities, growth opportunities. As she says, use challenges and uncertainty for growth. Challenges and uncertainty for growth. And then lastly, well, there's always so much, but lastly, she reinforces it's not what happens, it's how you process what happens. So it's not what happens, it's how you process it. I would also say how you react to it. And that's challenging, how we react. And so if something happens and we've all, what? That's crazy. Why would they say that? Or assume that happened, or that person said that, or they did it because of a catalyst that we've created in our mind. Oh, well, they didn't call us because they're mad, or, well, she did that because I'm her least priority, or she wanted me to have to do more work. Or what was she thinking? And we get really upset about things that we either created or don't know, or things that we may not really know, or because we perceived or assumed the state of the other person. So it's a lot. That's probably a great podcast in and of itself. If you are an expert in this area, reach out, please. I'd love to chat with you. And then she left us with this. I'll leave it with you guys. 5 years down the road. 5 years down the road. What will you wish you'd have done? Your work, your health, your finances, personal relationships, 5 years down the road. If you'd like more information about Grow Your Occupancy, how we can support you, your company, your team, we're in Q4 of 2023 as I record this podcast. So there's a lot to get done before we turn the calendar. GrowYourOccupancy.com. Please reach out, and I look forward to speaking with you again.